As you guys can see, I've now lowered my 730 horsepower Jeep Trackhawk, my 100K vehicle. I now lowered it in my garage. It's not as scary as people make it seem. It's not as hard as people make it seem. And it's not very difficult. It's a pretty easy job. So if you are scared to do it, afraid to do it, this is your sign to go ahead and do it. Drop it yourself, save yourself some money, guys, and go ahead and lower it yourself, guys. What's up, YouTube? We have the trucks out getting some sunshine, some vitamin D. We got the bag in NBS right here. NBS, we got the C10, we got the cat eye, and then of course, the garage queen. 30 Zaza, guys. You want me to pop the hood for you guys? Let's go ahead and pop the hood. Came out to get some sunshine. But anyways, guys, today's video is going to be a little interesting because we're going to be lowering my Jeep Trackhawk. $100,000 vehicle. We're going to be lowering it today. We got the springs right here. Those are the springs we're going to be installing on the Jeep Trackhawk. This is a 2021. So, wish me luck. Hopefully all goes good. And it looks like it's a pretty easy, simple process. I've done my research on YouTube and social media. So let's go ahead and knock that out in today's video. I'm excited because I've had the Jeep for about 5 months. This is like probably the only vehicle besides the diesel that is at stock height or lifted or just not low. And then that's not my style. I had to have no gap. I hate wheel gap. As you can see, we have wheel gap on all 4 corners. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So I know we're not going to be tucking on the Jeep because we're not going bags just yet. And I don't know if I'm going to go bags because I do want to go performance on this Jeep. So comment down below, what do you think I should do? Should I put the airlift performance on it, or should I just go ahead and send it in 1,000 horsepower Trackhawk? What do you guys think? Comment down below. But anyways, as you can see, it is very, very stockish. And it looks like a Jeep Commander, or whatever a regular Jeep SRT, like, So we're going to be lowering it in today's video. I'm not going to go by step because I am by myself. So I'm just going to be showing you guys as I go. I was waiting for winter to pass by because it is winter over here in Colorado and it tends to snow a lot. So I don't want to struggle with the Jeep being too low and, you know, my wife struggling driving it because she drives it more than me. So I don't want her struggling in the winter or whatnot. So I said I'm going to wait for this winter to go by and then we'll go ahead and install the springs. Well, it looks like winter is almost, can't say gone just yet, but it looks like it's almost, you know, flowing by. So hopefully we start getting a nice summer weather again. I can't wait to throw on some wheels on it as well. And like I said, I have a lot of upgrades coming for the Jeep. So stay tuned. If you haven't yet followed, make sure you hit that follow, hit that subscribe, and let's get taking this truck apart. I'm going to start with the front because it seems to be the hardest to start with. So I'm going to start with the front, and then we're going to work ourselves to the back. So stay tuned, guys. Those are the springs we're going to be installing on the Jeep. So we have the jack stands and the jack ready to go. So you can see how much gap we have. This is up before. Went ahead and got a tape measure. Let's go ahead and measure the gap. So up front we have from the ground to the top, we have 32.5. Looks like we got 32.5 right there. That's the front, driver's side. Rear, and it looks like we are at 33 3/4 big. Almost 33 7/8. So passenger, we have 34. Exactly 34. Let's go to passenger front. The passenger's front looks like we have 32 5/8. Look at that wheel gap, guys. Looks really nasty. So let's go ahead and get rid of it, guys. As you can see, I already have removed the wheels. We got the wheels underneath the car just in case it falls off the jack stands. Doesn't fall completely to the ground, but we do have the car secured on jack stand. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down here, excuse the dirtiness. Live in a ranch, so need to clean in here good. But anyways, what we're gonna be removing is gonna be this ball joint from the control arm. We're also gonna be removing this right here in order for us to get to this shock bolt. And then we're gonna be removing this shock with the strut, whatever you wanna call. And then there's some bolts on the engine bay. And then we're gonna be disconnecting this sensor. Remove this bolt from here. And I remove the bolt that's holding the shock. And then what I did is I grabbed this little hammer, as you guys can see, some little, where I hit it, and just hit it down. And the strut should come right out. Now all I have to do is release the ones from the top and go do the other side. Let's get it. So if you have a leg maker intake or any sort of intake that covers up right here, go ahead and remove that. And now what we're gonna remove is these bolts from the strut. As you can see, they're right here. There's 3 of them on both sides. 1, 2, and 3. So those are the ones we're gonna be removing. And then the strut should come down. And just like that, we have now removed the struts from the Trackhawk. As you can see, it's only 3 of these 13mm bolts on both sides. So we have passenger and driver side strut. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a run to AutoZone, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some clamps so I can compress the springs together. That way I can take it off and install the new springs. So let me go to AutoZone real quick. I am now back from AutoZone. Went to go get 2 of these. Since I don't have the machine to compress them, I'm gonna be using these. I got 2 sets. Honestly, I don't know why I got 2 sets if it comes with 2. It's pretty stupid. But I guess I can do it at the same time now, so I got 2 just in case. Either way, they're gonna return my money back, so what the heck, right? So let me go ahead and remove those springs from the struts and install the new ones. We'll be right back. I have now removed the stock springs. These are the 2 front stock springs, and we have the new special edition EIBACH springs already on the struts. So now what's left is to put everything back together. That way I can start the rear. So let me go ahead and put everything back together. Just like we took it apart, we're just gonna reverse everything on both sides. So let me go ahead and do that. And just like that, it's all put back together. All that's left is to do the rear now. So supposedly the front is the hardest. That's why I went ahead and did the front first. But to be honest, it wasn't that hard. Everything's put back together just how I had it from the beginning. Tighten those up. I marked it just in case they move. Tighten that back one up. Connected that. And then tightened the control arm back to the spindle. Both sides. And then we tighten up the struts. And we did it on both sides, like I said. So now let me put the wheels on and let's see how much it dropped. There it is, guys. The front is now done. To be honest, it's not as low as I want it to be, but it still needs to settle. Let me go ahead and start the back, and then that way we can go give it a drive around the block. Hopefully it settles more. But that's how the front's looking so far. It did drop like, I want to say 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4. But it looks good. It looks good. It's all put back together now. I'm gonna go ahead and start the back now. But that's how it's looking so far. Let's start the back. But this is now the front. Completed, finished. Let's start the back now. At the back, ready to go. We have it on jacks. We have a jack just underneath, just in case. And the tires underneath as well. What you think, cuz?
Starting with the knives by the front.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's get it going. Make sure you follow my Instagram, guys, if you haven't yet followed. Okay, as you guys can see, I went ahead and took this one off, the control arm, the ABS sensor, the shock. This comes loose. As you can see, the spring is now loose. You just pull it right out. And there it is. That's how easy it is to do the back, guys. So now let me go ahead and take this off right here with the flathead and put it on the new spring, which is right here. And we'll be right back. And just like that, the spring is now on. As you can see, we got the original bump stop on, the bottom bump stop. And now what I'm gonna do is put everything back together. Literally took like 2-3 minutes. So now let's go ahead and put everything back together. And just like that, it's all put back together. Went ahead and tightened this top control arm, this link right here. That link in the back as well is tightened. And then we went ahead and tightened the shock back up. And then the ABS right here. So everything's tightened up as it should. We got the new springs on. Now it's time to throw the wheels on and see how it looks. And there you guys have it. It now dropped all around. We are now finished. I'm gonna go take it for a drive. That way it can sit a little bit better. But man, I like how it stands. I like the stance. I wish I would have been a little bit lower. I had the Black Ops road magnets on my previous car, on my previous Jeep SRT, and they were pretty low, right on the tire. These ones still have a little bit of wheel gap, but hopefully while driving it or whatever, it sits more and it settles. It's still gonna settle about another couple centimeters. So let me go take it for a drive and see how it looks. See how the ride is, see how it feels. As far as camber, there's not much camber to be honest, but I'm still gonna take it for an alignment so it can give me an alignment. But came out pretty good, guys. So let me take it for a quick drive and then we'll come back and measure and we'll see how much it dropped all around. All right, guys, there it is. We just went for a drive. And let me tell you that it drove like if it was stock. I ain't even gonna lie, guys. I was a little worried that it was gonna be a little bouncy. But an SRT8 before, and it had some Black Ops road magnet springs, and it was bouncy. Horrible ride, and I was afraid that these were gonna be the same, but they weren't. They're actually like if it was stock. Ain't that right, cuz? Like factory. I ain't even gonna lie, that shit rode smooth. So I highly recommend these springs for sure. And like I said, if you guys look at the videos before and the clips before, you can see that the back was super high. We're about to measure. I got the measuring tape right here. But let's go ahead and show you guys how it looks. We already drove around for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So it still needs to settle a little bit more. But man, it looks good, guys. I am happy with the results. I wish it could have been a little bit lower because my other one was lower, but the ride difference, I'm not willing to sacrifice that. So I'm glad that it rode smooth and I'm fine with this height for now. But guys, shout out EIBACH springs, whatever. This looks good and it was an easy install, as you guys can see. I was a little afraid that it was going to be harder than it was, but it was very easy, and I will be doing it again and again and again because I'm not going to be paying for this no more, guys. This, man, it looks good, guys. It looks really good. Let's go ahead and measure so you guys can see. All right, guys. So right here in the front driver's side, we have 31.25 big. 31.25 big, guys. So right here in the rear, we have 31 3/8. 31 3/8. Passenger rear, We have 31 and a half. 31 and a half. 31 and a half big if you want to be precise. And then on this side, we have 31 and a half. 31 and a half. So it is like an eighth difference from this side to the other side. It still needs to settle more. So we will give a review in about, what, 3 months? In 3 months, I'll give you guys another review and see how it's looking. So it still needs to settle with time. But as you guys can see previously, it dropped quite a bit. Not a lot, but it did drop a lot. Well, quite a bit in the back. I want to say a good like 3 inches, 2.5 inches in the back. It dropped quite a bit. There's not too much of a wheel gap anymore, as you guys can see. I can no longer fit my fist, so that's good. So what do you guys think? This is a Jeep Trackhawk, 730 horsepower, a 100K vehicle. I just lowered it, and I'm gonna tell you guys, it was not hard at all, and it's very easy to do in your garage or even in driveway. So I recommend you guys doing it yourself and not paying, because this is a very easy job. I've done multiple drops on trucks and stuff, and I think this is one of the easiest ones I've done. So overall, it was like about 3-hour job, front and back. So comment down below what you guys think. Do you guys think it looks good, or do you think we need to go airbags now? These are the EIBACH special editions. So I know there's a pro kit, the pros, and those are sit a little bit higher, but this is a special edition and it sits perfect, guys. So I will be washing it, detailing it tomorrow. And I might need an alignment, guys. It has tad bit camber rear, so I might need an alignment. Not ASAP, right? But it does need an alignment, so I will be taking it to get an alignment as well. I'm gonna get a little good detail, good little clean, and I'll go ahead and give you guys some better cinematic videos. But that's how it looks as of right now. I believe from 2013 to 2021, it's all the same. Jeep SRT and Jeep Trackhawk, they're the same thing. So I hope this is helpful for you guys, and I highly recommend you guys to do it yourself, like I said. And make sure you follow if you haven't yet followed. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing an oil change. So I got a catch can for the Jeep that I will be installing. So stay tuned on that video. I'll be installing a catch can on the Jeep Trackhawk. So that will be on the next video. So stay tuned for that video. See, I've now lowered my 730 horsepower Jeep Trackhawk, my 100K vehicle. I now lowered it in my garage in about 3 hours. It was a very simple and easy process. It was my first time ever dropping any type of these Jeep vehicles. Last time I took it to get dropped, and this time I said, what the heck, I'm gonna go ahead and try it myself. It's not as scary as people make it seem. It's not as hard as people make it seem, and it's not very difficult. It's a pretty easy job. Scared to do it, afraid to do it, this is your sign to go ahead and do it. Drop it yourself, save yourself some money, guys, and go ahead and lower it yourself, guys. As you guys can see, I did it in about 3 hours, maybe even less. And it was my first time, so now that I know how to do it, I'm pretty sure I could do it even faster. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful. And if you haven't yet, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Please go ahead and do so. I got plenty of content coming up for this Jeep. I will be doing an oil change on the Jeep and installing the catch can in the next video. So stay tuned for that video. But like I said, I hope it was helpful, somewhat entertaining. And well, your boy Luran is out. Make sure you hit that follow. And for all my followers and all my people showing support and love, I appreciate you guys. And well, let's get it. Tell me what you guys think. I really like how it looks. I'm really happy with the results. And well, there it is, guys. That's how you drop your Jeep Trackhawk or your Jeep SRT using the EIBACH Special Edition drop springs. So Hope you guys liked this video. Hope it was helpful. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Your boy Duran is out.